Most people in Fallout fear radiation because radiation kills. It destroys cities, poisons water, turns entire regions into wastelands. And for most people, exposure means death. But not always, because throughout Fallout, there are people who have survived radiation for centuries, not decades, centuries. Some ghouls were alive before the bombs fell, and more than 200 years later, they're still walking the wasteland, still talking, still thinking, still surviving. Which raises a question that's surprisingly difficult to answer. How can a human be alive for that long? And what exactly happened when someone becomes a ghoul? When the Great War began, the world ended in just a few hours. Nuclear weapons struck cities across America. Millions died almost instantly. But some people survived. Not because they were inside vaults, not because they escaped, because somehow their bodies reacted differently. Instead of dying from radiation, they changed. Their skin began to rot. Their hair fell out. Their appearance became almost corpse-like, and yet they remained alive. These people became known as ghouls. At first glance, they seem impossible. Radiation should kill them, not preserve them. Yet, Fallout's world is filled with examples proving otherwise, which suggests something important. Radiation in Fallout doesn't work the way it does in reality. The more you think about ghouls, the stranger they become, because surviving radiation is only part of the mystery. The bigger mystery is aging. Most humans grow old, their bodies weaken, their cells slowly break down, and eventually they die. But many ghouls seem almost frozen in time. Characters like Hancock, Raul, and countless others have survived for generations, watching entire societies rise and fall around them, experiencing events that normal humans could never witness. And despite centuries passing, they remain alive, which suggests becoming a ghoul changes more than appearance. It changes the body itself, almost as if radiation rewrites how they function. And this is where Fallout becomes even stranger, because radiation doesn't just fail to kill ghouls, sometimes it helps them. Throughout the game, many ghouls can recover from radiation exposure. The very thing that should destroy them actually restores them. It's almost like the opposite of normal biology. Humans see radiation as poison. Ghouls often treat it like medicine, which creates an unsettling possibility. Maybe ghouls aren't simply humans damaged by radiation. Maybe there's something entirely different, a new form of life created by the apocalypse itself. But despite their long lives, ghouls face a different danger, because not every ghoul stays sane. Some eventually become feral, losing their memories, losing their personality, losing everything that made them human, and nobody fully understands why. Some theories suggest it's caused by radiation. Others believe it's psychological. Maybe centuries of isolation eventually destroys the mind. Whatever the cause, every ghoul knows the risk. Every day they survive, they wonder if that day will come, the day that they stop being themselves and become one of the creatures roaming the wastelands, which might be the most terrifying part of becoming a ghoul. Not death, but losing who you are. And that's what makes ghouls so fascinating, because becoming one of them is both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, they can survive things that would normally kill a human. They can live for centuries, witness history, adapt to the wasteland. But on the other hand, they suffer constant discrimination. Many settlements fear them, others refuse to let them enter. People see their appearance and immediately assume they're monsters, even when they're completely harmless. So while ghouls may survive longer than anyone else, they often spend those years alone, caught between humanity and something else. And maybe that's why ghouls appear so often through Fallout, because they're more than just a mutated human. They're living reminders of the old world. Every ghoul remembers a version of America that no longer exists, a world before the bombs, before the wasteland, before civilization collapsed. They're a walking piece of history, forced to watch the consequences of humanity's mistakes for centuries. And unlike anyone else, they never get to leave that past behind because it's written directly into their bodies. Every scar, every mutation, every year they continue to survive reminds them of the day the world ended. Because in Fallout, radiation doesn't always kill. Sometimes it creates something new. And while ghouls may look like monsters to people around them, their existence reveals one of the strangest truths in the entire wasteland. The apocalypse didn't just destroy humanity, it changed what humanity could become.